So when you forget in the exams, what happens? You have prepared, you have studied, right? And maybe your concentration has gone down because of your gadgets. 2.5 years of Corona led to Rona, right? So what happens when the performance goes down? Your marks sheet, you get your marks sheet in the school. You take it home, right? You take it home, hand it over to your dad or your mom, let's say your dad. What happens at home? Think about it. Okay. So your dad looks at the marks sheet. Yeah, few people, you know what happens? He looks at the marks sheet, he looks at you, doesn't, his hand talks. That's a different thing. But then what usually happens is, mark sheet, dad, you. Right? Looks at the mark sheet, less grades compared to last test or last exam. And then he starts his little speech. He starts off with something like, you know how I was? Right? You know how I was? Look at you. Now, it's okay, he's comparing you with himself, it's fine. But then this is next level when he says something like, why are you not like your brother? Why are you not like your sister? Right? Now listen, it is still okay, it is still in the family, within the family. But this is epic. He looks at the marks card, looks at you and says, Sharma ji ke bete ko dekha hai? Right? It is still okay, man. He's comparing you with another human. This is next level altogether. A monkey is better than you. Right? Monkey, donkey, gadhe ka bachcha, and your mother there is like, aap hi ka hai. Now listen. Listen. When this happens, now there's a learning coming your way. There's a learning coming your way, very important. Listen very carefully. You know, I just spoke about your brain, right? I just spoke about how powerful your brain is. 100 billion computers and the storage capacity and all that. Let me tell you something, students. You have this potential. Let's call it the mind power. Okay? You have the mind power. But then, mind power is like your computer power. Listen very closely. Sit straight. Mind power is like your computer power. And what destroys a computer is a virus. Yes or no? Is a? Now, as soon as the virus enters the computer, it starts damaging the computer. Yes or no? Similarly, there is something called as mind virus. Mind virus. Now you know what the mind virus does? It destroys your mind power. The way it destroys the computer's power, it destroys your mind power. Mind virus. Now I'll give you an example of one of the most deadliest viruses. Mind viruses. You know what that virus is called? Write down. That virus is called, it's a mind virus. It is called self-doubt. Self-doubt. Now, how does a virus enter a computer? Through pen drive, internet and all that, right? Now, listen carefully. Mind virus enters your mind when people come to you and say you're not good enough. You're a monkey, you're a donkey, you cannot study, look at you, what is wrong with you? Why are you not like me? Why are you not like your brother? Why are you not like some Sharma Verma Tripathi's son? Right? Right? So when we get compared, we start doubting ourselves. We start doubting ourselves. So lesson number 1, listen very carefully. Never doubt your abilities. Never doubt your abilities. Never doubt your abilities. When somebody says you can't do this, you can't do that, all good things, okay? You can't study math or you can't do history and all that, don't doubt yourself. Never ever say this particular subject is difficult. Okay? You can always say this is challenging and I'm going to crack it no matter what. That is called self-confidence. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is the antivirus. Self-confidence is the antivirus. And what is the virus? What is the virus? Self-doubt. Now let me tell you something. Listen very carefully. Sit up. Sit straight. Now I'm going to give you a few ideas to activate your brain's potential. Do you want to know what those ideas are? Yes. All right. Now you see, before the pandemic, I was traveling to different cities, one new city every 15 days. Okay, lovely lifestyle, traveling, doing seminars and all that. And then 2020, coronavirus hit the world. So the first 2-3 months I was like, okay, it's fine, it's going to go away and all that. But then it never did, right? So after 4-5 months, I started feeling sad. And then sadness converted into depression. Okay, I started having something called as panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I had to consult a doctor for that. He put me on medicine. Okay, he put me on medicine. So now what happened was, I was being mentally affected. A lot of viruses started getting inside my mind. Mind viruses. Like, fear, that's another mind virus. What is it? Fear, sadness. These are all mind viruses, okay? They started entering my mind. So what happened here was, instead of doing something valuable, you know what happened? I was not able to control my mind. Because I was not able to control my mind, I started getting trapped in the net of Netflix. And then, not only that, I started ruining my prime time watching Amazon Prime. And I had a lot of dreams. And my dreams got burnt in Hotstar. Okay. This is what happened. How many of you got hooked to screens during the pandemic? Genshin Impact, for Pokemon, this impact, that impact, right? BTS. All right, now, let me tell you something. The BTS that you know is different from the BTS that I knew. The BTS that I knew was called Bangalore Transport Service. Now listen.